at home.
For an hour.
For an hour. Just pass me those keys, brothers. This is episode 13 of the Nifty
Cast. Bottle of Jack Daniels, baby.
We're unlucky now.
Woo! You know, 13 is actually my favorite.
Is that a chimp?
I thought it was 327.
Oh wait, I'm
No,
gonna miss.
That's mine.
I'm gonna miss episode 14, which is my lucky number.
Buddy, you just
Tough.
Damn.
Wah, wah.
don't miss it.
Next time don't
I
have
got
meetings.
my meeting.
Yeah, next time
We'll
don't have
have you sit in right here with your meeting on call. Well, this is hosted by yours truly, Wilber Who.
And JFav.
B. Calla.
Creaky Bones, Seanathan.
And it's Jennagan.
It's Jennagan. I re-listened to the last podcast because I had to edit it, and then Jennagan, like it's always been Jennagan.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's a ring to it. Do you want to explain what I have in my hand right here?
Oh,
A little ASMR, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to give me some scoops?
Oh, you want some scoops?
Want
Yeah.
some scoops? I
Yeah,
can.
taste some scoops.
of what?
I got the new flavor of Gamer Subs. It's just called Good, and Will hasn't been able to try it yet, but I personally enjoy it a lot.
I gotta be fully upfront and honest. The first thing I said after taking a sip was, "Oh, that's good."
It is actually a good sip.
I did want to try it, and Brian brought it, and we're gonna try it on the cast. Justin, you can get a little sip too if you want.
You want to take a sip from mine?
I'll take a sip.
Yeah, no, Sean.
You take your sip, and then, judging by your facial reaction, which the viewers can't see, I'll see if I want a sip.
It's like Kool-Aid.
Gadzooks!
Ooh, pass that bottle!
That's good.
It
Soups?
tastes like Kool-Aid.
Wow, Will's face
What a
just
reaction.
lit up like fireworks on the 4th of July. Let's give
Ooh,
her a whiff.
It does taste like Kool-Aid.
Ooh, smells like Kool-Aid.
I'll turn my ringer off.
That tastes like piss.
No, that
It does
tastes
not.
like
No, that
a
tastes good.
cherry
Yeah,
slushy.
tastes like a
Yeah.
cherry slushy, but just the syrup.
I was
Slush
told.
puppy.
I was told slush
Yeah.
puppy.
It tastes
and this
exactly
one-
like
Oh,
a cherry
man.
dum dum pop.
Ooh, yeah.
Exactly.
I was told slush puppy like
Like a rocket
flavoring.
pop, the red part of a rocket pop, even.
Pixie stick, fun dip, kind of like flavored.
It does taste a little fun dippo.
Tastes like my childhood.
Yeah, it's a good
Not the
flavor
right
regardless.
way.
I like it a lot.
It tastes like Sean's childhood.
Just
Oh.
watch me lag mentally.
I'm glad we all know what Sean's childhood tastes like now.
Yeah.
Well, you had a different reason.
Yeah, you had a different taste.
And I was unfortunately exposed to all the fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is good.
That's
Like
good.
the name says.
Yeah,
Oh
genuinely.
yeah, shake that bitch
Shake
up.
that bottle.
Shake that bottle. Shake that thing.
Jen died.
It's Jen again. We'll have to get a new one.
Oh, she rose again.
Can we just get?
Don't you know I come back? I always come back.
I always come back.
That's unfortunate.
Well, this is episode 13. We can get into a few things. First off, I wanted this little fun fact. Did you guys know Stephen King does not stop on page 13, 13th sentence, 13th word? Like, he has a fear of 13. I forget what that's called, but...
Did you know Taylor Swift loves the number 13? So,
I
Stephen
also-
King versus Taylor Swift.
They're the
next,
inverse.
I also
One's
am
a woman?
big fan of the number 13. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
Dude, King Charles has cancer.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's actually
What?
true. Yeah, King Charles has been
Buckingham
diagnosed.
Palace
Yeah.
never communicates health shit with the public unless it is necessary to
Better-
communicate it with the public.
Better yet,
Triskaidekaphobia.
better yet, too, King Charles wants to treat his cancer through natural means,
Yes.
like herbs, potions.
Meaning
And
he's gonna die.
So within a decade, we're gonna lose a king and a queen, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Not within 5 years.
Dude, Prince Harry is like about to salt burn fucking Buckingham Palace.
Oh my god, no shit.
Wait, what?
You didn't see the movie Saltburn?
No. Maddie told me a bunch of things from it.
Fucked
so-
up movie, but what's going on in Buckingham Palace right now? Prince Harry could very well be king and the sole resider of Buckingham
I
Palace.
know what. I did
in very quick
Justin
time.
just said.
But he wants you to
Like-
respect his privacy, goddammit.
So
Then why do you... Never mind.
the way that they found out was that he had, I think
Big
it
thumbs.
was an enlarged prostate, and the king himself
looking?
literally said he was like, well, I want to tell the British public about this because it's not very common for men to talk about their health, especially when it comes to prostate health. It's something that's almost taboo to talk about, even though it should be frequently talked about. So, gotta say, props to him for, like, coming out and being honest and upfront, saying, like, yeah, I've been having some, like, prostate inflammation issues and what. I know, it's very shocking ever since Lizzie passed that he came out with that.
Justin,
No.
how's your prostate?
I don't know. I should probably get checked.
I'll check it.
Yeah, okay.
That was very quick.
So,
Wow!
Why
John
didn't you
pointed
glove?
at me. I was like,
I was gonna ask you how your prostate is.
Oh,
Are
my,
you concerned that he just pulled out a glove?
No.
There's no lube.
that's,
There's olive oil downstairs.
There is.
Will you?
it's not extra virgin.
And some lettuce.
Oh, well, Justin's not extra
Will.
virgin, you know?
We'll use the gamer subs. Thank you.
Oh, okay. The
Oh,
powder
it'll
or
be
the-
good.
The powder or the drink?
The drink.
Just the powder, just...
Oh,
It's like sandpaper down there.
that's some good
do
shit.
do a line before you go in.
Now, there is something I really wanted to get into.
Was that not the...
No, that
It's
was
not your prostate.
Wow, because you just came out of nowhere with that.
Because I just
thought
I just
Justin
remembered.
doesn't want to talk about his prostate health.
I thought he was...
The king has cancer.
I just happened to
Okay,
remember that
fuck.
from my head. But in other news and things going on over in Europe, which I think it's hilarious that our media is not reporting it at all, and I feel like there's a particular reason for that. But have you guys heard about the farmers uprising in like Germany and France right now?
I think I did hear about that a
I've
little bit.
not.
Germany's having another uprising?
I think
Well-
I haven't heard so much about it in France because France is just always
France
in
is
an
the
uprising.
shit.
Yeah.
France
Love
is just
them.
not a good place
France
They're
has
right
ready
been
now.
to pull out a
revolting
guillotine
since-
whenever.
yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
France has been revolting since we finished ours. Like, it's been
Yeah.
fucking 200 years of revolution.
But this has been going on for almost a week now, and notice how no news sources are reporting it.
Yeah, there's a very big
Like-
difference nowadays between news media and journalism.
Yeah.
Like, you see it, like, once on TikTok because someone from that area
Yeah.
posts it and then people, like, follow. But then that's it.
Yep.
Like, you don't really see that much of it.
Yeah.
But I love that it's happening right now. Like, good for the farmers.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they are farmers, and they deserve to have, like, their, like, story told.
Exactly.
Not just kind of swept under the rug by the government.
Well, you hear about the,
What? Put the gun down, Jen. I'm sorry.
She hates the farmers ads. The
Government,
only
what the
thing
fuck
she
ever.
likes about them
Farmer,
is J.K.
I hardly
Simmons.
knew her.
The only thing she likes about those ads are J.K. Simmons. And you didn't even bring him up.
But so you have heard of it, Will?
Yeah,
You've
only
seen it?
a tiny bit. Like I said,
Yeah.
I saw one TikTok video of it, which
Yeah.
is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you like to indulge me? Give me a little bit more, like, info, because I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be.
Obviously I don't know the exact, like, everything about what's going on, but I know it has to do with the government trying to, like, the European government trying to, I think, increase taxes on farmers, take away their land to build more housing.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is directly related, but I also heard that they're now saying cows are the reason for pollution.
Well,
What?
so to be fair,
The
but-
cows?
okay,
I
So-
mean, cows do produce an excessive
They-
amount of carbon.
you literally have to when certain cows die from like the just fucking gas buildup in their bowels, which is a very common
bloat.
thing. They just bloat. You literally have to stab into their belly so that way they can release all the fucking methane that they build up, because they're a big contribution to the methane buildup on the O2 is cows.
Yeah, but steak.
Or like I should say natural gas buildup on the on the
Second to
ozone.
Taylor Swift, cows are doing it crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
26-mile flight, right?
Okay. I know exactly where I've heard about this too because it was a couple of weeks ago. A bunch of farmers dumped manure on the
Yeah.
highways.
The
Wait,
Dave
whoa,
Matthews
whoa.
Band classic.
Yeah.
What did you just call it?
Manure.
Manure.
Manure. He calls
Why
it
are you
manure.
dropping the U?
I don't know. Manure. Same
Manure.
thing.
No.
Yeah,
They're dropping shit on the
Manure.
highways.
Oh, they're also spraying shit. They're
Yeah,
spraying
they're
shit.
spraying
at,
shit.
At their
So
government.
a quick Google search just pulled up though. Just what are they protesting? It says demonstrators are denouncing EU policies that they say could drive them out of business. Furious farmers across the EU are driving their protests home to their country's leaders. They say EU policies, which national governments must enforce, could put many of them out of business. So basically, it's just a bunch of policy changes that a lot of farmers do not agree with.
This is from the European Union.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... So I feel like the European Union kind of thing is a little weird to me. I mean, obviously, it's quite literally a foreign concept, but, like, having, like, a group of nations, like, kind of determine, like, everything and have, like, a uniform, like, money, it makes sense to a point, but then sometimes it's just kind of, like, there's certain things going on in some parts of Europe that do not relate to the other parts.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's kind of weird.
Can I just say that this reminds me quite similarly of the Great Hunger, more commonly known as the Irish Potato Famine.
Yeah.
It is
Which, contrary to popular belief, it wasn't a shortage of potatoes.
Was
No,
not.
It was
was
only
not.
potatoes.
It was only potatoes. Maybe that's why I fucking love potatoes so much.
But like,
Honestly,
it's
I'm a huge fan of
government trying to drive out agricultural resources and territory and farmers and their
Yeah,
land
so
rights.
what
It's
it-
very fucked up.
What it sounds like, another just, I'm reading more into this, farmers are also saying that the costs of energy, fertilizer, and transport have risen, particularly, but possibly not due to Russia's war in Ukraine. Because obviously
That-
Europe is
yeah.
devoting a lot of resources to Ukraine and stuff like that.
Along with the farmers, there's also truck drivers too joining in the protest.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well,
with
that happened
Like,
up north in Canada last year, too.
and it should happen in the U.S.
Which is why
Yeah.
they're not reporting it.
Yeah, because the truck drivers don't really get the accommodations
do
as
we-
much as they deserve.
Do we just want to swap this real quick here to
This
just
is a
how
political
fucked
podcast.
U.S. Reporting is?
No,
Oh.
because then we'll get swept under the rug.
Jeez.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We need the viewership.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we don't want Will to get
But I
killed.
just thought it was important to talk about this because it's just
No,
fucked that
it's
it's not being
Important
reported.
100%.
topics with J Fab.
And coming back to the potato famine thing, I saw on TikTok there was like a party of people that were dressing up as things like you want to teach the other group about. This girl dressed up as the Irish potato famine. TikTok people got tight over that. Being like, oh, she's making fun of like this disaster that happened in Ireland. She's like, then like they made another video being like, no guys, you didn't see like what we actually did with these costumes. Like we all did PowerPoints to like show each other like what actually happened and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I felt bad because everyone came at her throat and she was like, no, I was doing a good
But
thing.
here's a
actually."
positive to take from that, though. She went viral with people like slamming her, being like, "Oh, you're not." It brought more attention to it.
It
though.
brought-
No,
it did.
at the same time, like I know the whole like any kind of all like what is it like? I'm trying to remember the exact like saying, but like all media is kind of good media, or like all press is good press when it comes
Yeah,
to
it's
certain
all
things.
press is good press.
But that's not exactly true because then you have like a total like different outlook on something that is like probably seen like that should probably be seen.
I
and
will
taken
say I
as
saw
more
a
lighthearted.
lot of comments regarding that video particularly, in which people were like, oh, I just learned about the Irish potato famine for the first time in like
Yeah.
factual detail.
Yeah.
it's also one like you just brought up like opinions. It's one thing to like present the facts of a known historical event. It's another thing. You can't control people's opinions on it.
That's like how people make jokes about the molasses flood.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Boston molasses
So
flood.
fucked.
Yeah.
It is
funny.
fun to make jokes about
Hilarious in concept. It's a real thing that
Yeah.
happened to real human
Burning
beings.
molasses,
it. Yeah,
melting
is-
people's skin off.
Yeah.
Molten sugar,
Yeah.
yeah.
essentially.
That's, yeah.
People got fucking caramelized, man.
It did.
Molasselized.
Yeah.
My asselized.
Yeah.
What the hell?
My ass.
Speaking of
Your eyes.
journalism, I guess.
Yeah, baby.
Do you guys know about Friendly Jordies at all?
I know the name.
The YouTube channel. So this is
He's gonna bring up scarce next.
You're just gonna bring up YouTube
So,
shorts.
Friendly Jordies. For those that don't know, he is an Australian YouTube journalist who has been like covering local and like statewide corruption.
Oh, his house got caught fire, didn't it?
Yeah, somebody firebombed his house. So they fucked up. There's a whole like spiel of things. It's pretty much a mafia that runs the state. And he was like putting that out on YouTube, being like, "Hey, this is what's going on here. It's fucked up. This like should not be a thing. Like we should like, stop this from happening." somebody went to go firebomb his house and accidentally firebombed his neighbors,
Oh,
and then came
my
back the
God.
following night and firebombed his house.
Damn.
Ew.
He did, and it's like
The guy
such
get
a.
caught?
It's such a. Oh yeah, somebody got arrested for
Oh,
it.
nice.
I
That
know
guy's
why-
gonna get
I know why
charged
this-
big time.
This reminds me of a video I saw like a couple of months ago of this failed attack. I can't remember where it was, and I don't want to like place judgment on where it was, but it was the most Looney Tunes ass failed attack I've ever seen. It was these guys that meant to throw like a grenade or something into this building, and the dude, I don't know how it happened, but the dude went to go throw it and it got caught. He ran back to his car and it got caught like on him.
Oh no.
So he gets back in the car and it's like a group of them. They all get back in the car. They start driving down the road and like at the very end of the frame, like right before the video cuts off, you see the car blow up.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's such a lighthearted topic. Anyway,
Well,
so
it was a failed attack. Like this guy wasn't good,
Yeah, true.
so he got his comeuppance.
Was he
So-
a bad boy?
He was a bad boy.
So, with
God.
that whole firebombing, I should make mention property damage happened. I don't know if anybody was hurt from it. Later on, though, Friendly Jordies has been, like, putting out this whole fucking, like, group of fucking videos. One called, I think it was called Coronation, which was, like, the big, like, hour-long video talking about the whole situation and everything that's going on. More recently, though, unfortunately, the bad guys have kind of won in this scenario where the video had to be taken down because of the threats made directly on his life, on his family, and threats of going to jail and whatnot. Which I'm like, that sucks. But immediately people like re-uploaded the video, instantly. But the whole situation just kind of fucking blows. It's a really interesting like story if you want to like do a deep dive into it. But it's like the whole thing is just a mafia-run state. It's very, very weird.
Speaking of YouTube videos and deep dives, we want to quickly mention how Will now owns a piece.
It's not here yet.
It's not here yet, but Will now owns a
We
piece
gotta
of
get into this.
YouTube deep dive history.
Not just deep dive. This is in the fucking
Oh,
Mariana
yeah, the most
Trench of YouTube.
well-documented person in
Genuinely.
all of history.
The most
And Will
documented
now
human
owns
being.
something created and also
Justin has
Signed.
no idea because he
Will's
wasn't
got no
on last
idea.
night.
Yeah, Justin's got no
wasn't
clue.
Justin.
Justin, by any chance, do you know Christine Weston Chandler, also known as Chris Chan?
The creator of Sonic 2.
Oh,
Oh,
shit! Justin doesn't actually know.
what?
Justin has no idea.
How
Can
many
we
parts?
say-
Real quick,
Innocent.
how many parts is the series up to now?
130 something probably.
I know the
imagine.
name
It's
Christian, but
close to
Gotta
like
be.
Can we-
60
So
something.
wait,
Billion.
first off, we should wait for the next podcast to talk about this in depth with Justin. I'm sorry, Sean. I know you're going to be in the
No,
meeting.
it's fine.
Please,
If-
by all
if-
means, listen into it because I know you're going to be like right down
Yeah,
the
I'm
hall.
gonna be right in the hall.
But oh my god, it is such a fucking ridiculous story, and he is easily the most documented person in history.
I do know the name.
Yeah.
Tell me it has 86 parts.
Sorry,
It does, right?
I say he. I should have said she is the most
Yeah.
documented
Yes.
person in human
They
history.
did,
They did
Transition.
transition, yes.
But yeah,
very weirdly,
Going
but
back.
yeah,
They tried to do their own
at-home
at-home
transition
transition for a bit.
did work out.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
no.
yeah.
We don't have to bring that up as
No.
much.
Oh,
because,
we'll
like,
talk
that-
about it.
No,
That's-
I don't want to talk about that. Christine Weston Chandler, also known as Chris Chan. They are the original creator of Sonic 2, which is Pikachu and Sonic put together.
Mhm.
And they have been...
Little naughty.
I want to say they've been bullied and a bully since early stages of YouTube.
It is actually kind of crazy because this is like a perfect like look if you were trying to get into like the psychology
This is
of
Sonic 2.
it. That is a picture of
I've never seen that.
that comic that he made that he at the time
Yeah.
made. But it is the perfect like if you were trying to go into like a whole psych thing of it. It is the perfect example of this person has been bullied so hard that they've become a bully. It is crazy.
And they ended up going to jail
Pretty recently, but
for allegations of sex with their mother.
Oh, I did hear about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Justin's like, oh, I know. Oh,
Now I get it.
I
Yeah.
believe there is more charges to it, more background charges to it, but mostly known for the sex with their mother thing.
They're now out of jail.
They are now out of jail, but coming out of jail, they took their styrofoam cups that they used to get and doodle on to make talismans, and I am now acquiring one of those talismans
oh, Betsy.
Some religious effigies.
with an autographed signature from Christine Weston Chandler.
I actually
Nice.
think they go by Jesus Christine.
Oh,
Weston
that's
Chandler.
it is now
I'm not
like
gonna
they-
lie. I think
yeah.
it's Jesus
Shut
Christine
the
Weston
fuck
Chandler.
up. You
Well-
are literally joshing me.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
getting
not.
joshed.
Well, that's also
No, they thought they were Jesus.
they thought
Yeah.
they were Jesus. They thought they were Sonichu.
They
Really
they
going
praised
down.
Ted Bundy at one point.
Ah,
should we get into our
praised
degrees
a
of
couple of
separation?
other people too.
Yes.
Justin, you don't know about this.
The Kevin Bacon?
Whoa. Oh, wait. You told
can
him?
We?
Oh,
I don't
nice,
remember.
good,
I remember
good.
talking about
Good,
us.
good.
I think it was a couple days ago. We were talking about our degrees from Kevin Bacon.
We're just having a conversation.
Oh, you don't know the other degrees.
Other do.
We're
that
talking about
connected to.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And then I thought about it, and my mom brought this up. Because I had just recently watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Fucking love that movie.
Great
Fantastic. Very enjoyable.
We did talk about that movie before, yes.
What a cool dog Brandy is. I want that dog. But my mom said, how many degrees of separation are you from Charles Manson? And I thought, oh God, I don't know. And then it hit me.
It's not much.
Not really that much at all for us.
Us four, except for
We
you,
met
Sean.
Greg Nicotero. Greg Nicotero was in From Dusk Till Dawn with Danny Trejo, who was in prison with Charles Manson.
No shit.
We
So,
are
no
2
fucking
degrees
kidding.
That's
separated.
3, right?
No,
Two?
we're 2.
That's
Mhm.
2, yeah.
We are 2
Because
degrees
we met
separated from
Greg
Charles
Shawnee
Manson.
or is
so that
3?
makes me 3.
So we met Greg Nicotero, so that means
That's
after that is the 2 degrees?
yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Or are you
fun fact
not
that we
counting
learned.
Charles Manson, so it's Greg is 1 degree, and then
I gotta look something up.
I don't.
Who,
fully know
however
how
many
it
people
works.
separate you and the person, that's how many degrees.
All right, so all I have to look for is find somebody that I've met that also met Danny Trejo, and then I'm 2 degrees away.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I just meet Danny Trejo,
and then we're yeah.
That'd be
and then I'm
fire.
1.
That'd be sick.
Or you just meet Charles Manson.
Fun fact, we
You
learned
can't do that anymore.
Can't do that
Why do I
anymore.
keep
Die-
getting interrupted during my
Sorry.
fun fact? Fuck
He's
you guys.
dead.
Yeah,
He's
he's
dead,
dead.
now.
No, my fun fact was gonna be that we learned that Ed Kemper was in prison with Charles Manson at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, so it
And Danny Trejo.
the that prison had Danny Trejo, fucking Charles Manson, and Kemper.
Well,
that prison's
I
fucking
could
stacked.
be wrong too. I believe that Dahmer and Gacy were in the same prison together.
I don't know about that one.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know about that.
Well, also, another degree to Charles Manson is Greg Nicotero worked on Breaking Bad. So he worked with Bryan Cranston.
And Bryan Cranston met Charles Manson.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
Well,
so
did.
many.
Horse
remember.
riding.
Well, that
on
makes me
Spawn.
happy.
Horse riding at
We
Spawn
got
Ranch.
so
Yeah.
many.
That makes me happy because that means we're 1 degree separated from, like, the cast of Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of like, oh, nice.
I mean,
love
we met
Bryan Cranston.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, to be
Morgan-
fair, we are like
Morgan is 2 degrees away from Charles Manson.
Oh no.
Danny Trejo was in the same movie as Gonzo the Muppet.
Oh my god.
He was in the Muppets Mayhem.
Oh,
with
I'm actually
Gonzo.
I'm so jealous.
And Morgan has met Gonzo.
Oh my
so
God.
Morgan is 2 degrees away from
That's
Charles
fucked
Manson
up.
with a Muppet in the mix.
I was explaining it to Jen a little
I'm
bit.
looking
like,
at Danny Trejo's filmography to see if, like, any movies there's somebody that I've met that he was with.
Bruce Willis is 2 degrees separated from Charles Manson.
Yeah.
You could get really far into it. How many degrees of separation are you from Sky Does Minecraft?
That's a good question.
Okay, so
Probably
Dahmer-
not far from me.
No, I know.
Unfortunately.
I don't know if they ever met, but they were in prison at the same time.
No.
Danny Trejo was in 2 Muppets movies.
That's a
Who convinces Danny Trejo? Hey,
What a legend.
you're gonna do one? No, I'm gonna do 2 Muppet movies.
Kermit does.
And then he gets fucking decapitated on
It
Tortuga.
could actually be more.
It was kind of crazy how in the middle of the Muppets movie they put Danny Trejo's head on
Kermit,
credit.
hi!
Were there so many?
Songs about rainbows.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
And I'm the dog.
It's
No,
kinda
I'm
fucked up,
imagining
though.
Breaking Bad with Muppets now.
Yeah, it was really fucked up
That'd be
when
so good.
Danny
Listen
Trejo's
to me,
head was
Hector.
put on Kermit's back. It was really fucked.
Hector, look at me. Look at me, Hector.
Look at me, Walter.
Last chance to look at me. and then he's just, as opposed to like, and as opposed to the bell, it's just me. It's fucking Beaker.
Fucking Beaker, bro.
Jeez.
The danger. Beaker bad.
Oh, Skylar's gotta be Miss Piggy though, right?
Well, did
Like-
we ever meet
Kirby.
anybody that worked on Rick and Morty at PAX?
I've met Justin Roiland.
Yes, so then you are 2 degrees away from Charles Manson in the fact that Justin Roiland worked with Danny Trejo on Rick and Morty.
Let's go! Oh, that's right. Fucking, I can't remember what.
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
In the Pickle Rick episode.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Fucking Pickle Rick episode.
I'm trying to. There's definitely like someone in like a universe that we've met. Not in a universe. I mean, like in the past, where all the celebrities we've met and all that. I feel like there's someone that.
Well, Charles Manson, like, met a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, he's almost like, not in
think,
the
like-
same sense, but like, he's almost like Genghis Khan.
No, he
Whereas,
really
like,
is.
when he was in
Charles Manson
California-
has a wide
It's
web.
kind
Like
of
a
weird.
lot.
But like Charles Manson and Kevin Bacon are both the Genghis Khans of the fucking acting world. Everyone's related to them in some way.
What does this episode turn into?
I
I have no idea. Well, what are you gonna title this thing?
Was that?
Is that another
was-
chimpanzee?
Is that,
Hold on. Was that Dead Mike?
it sounded like
That sounded like Dead Mike.
it sounded like a dead Mike.
Danny Trejo's in 3 Muppet movies!
Let's go!
Not one, not two, but three.
He hit him with a 3
He was in Muppets Most Wanted as Danny Trejo.
Let's go.
I'm still going through his list. This man's been in so much shit.
The list you should be going through is Justin's favorite kill list in The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
That's so funny because that was a question I wanted to ask him at some point. Was that?
Favorite kill list?
Like
What's your favorite
favorite death?
either favorite death or favorite kill from a character?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what are your favorite like Walker kill moments?
Walker kill. Well,
I gotta say that
Answer them all.
I'm gonna bring mine up after you say yours.
I was gonna bring up.
Oh, I'm 2 degrees away from Charles Manson.
You are.
In what sense?
I've met Dan Povenmire from Phineas and Ferb. Danny Trejo's in Phineas and Ferb.
That's fun.
Okay.
Danny Trejo's been everywhere too. What the fuck?
He has. Danny
Right.
Trejo.
Go ahead.
Very
Now go
wide
ahead,
web.
Justin. No more interruptions from
Yeah.
that dickhead.
No, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm done.
well, my favorite kill has to be when Rick kills Gareth, gets revenge.
That's a
classic.
good one.
So
That's
good.
classic.
Was that the end of the Red Machete
Yeah.
saga?
Yeah, that was the red machete.
It wasn't the end of the Red Machete.
But the Red Machete was involved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was like at the beginning of the saga.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it
I
was.
made a promise.
Rick stopped using the Red Machete. Was it the season 5 finale? Is the season 5 finale when when Rick kills Pete?
Oh, you're the expert. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
you're the expert.
I want
You've been
to
on
say,
podcasts with
I
us.
want to say it's close to the end. I
Okay,
don't know
so
if it's the last episode.
That is the middle of the Red Machete saga.
Yeah.
Because there was a web series all about the Red Machete on YouTube.
Yes, which is a great series. By the
Really
way.
good series.
And there's a lot of
Watched it all
weird
while
mini-
taking a massive shit one day.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a lot of miniseries about from The Walking Dead, like
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
internet. Really, there was like the one about the fucking lady that got like eaten, like torn to shreds.
The
right at the
bicycle
beginning.
girl.
The bicycle girl. Yeah. It was like then was just like the one who was crawling around at like the first.
Oh, like the
episode.
first
what,
episode?
Gotta say, great introduction to the kind of like creature. I don't even know if creature's the right word, but like kind of thing and concept that you're dealing with there.
It's monster for sure.
Yeah,
that,
it is-
that'd probably be. the best
I
way
don't
to
even
describe it.
know, man. It's tragic. It's
I know my
fucking
favorite
tragic
film.
when you think about it.
Or at least favorite death. Everybody truly hates Chris.
Oh
Everybody-
my god, what a
no.
tragedy.
What
That
a-
was sad.
That was not a good death.
No, that
Oh
was
no, but
he
no,
got
it was
done
a
dirty.
terrible death. But in
Disgusting.
terms of like, it wasn't a character that I particularly like cared about per se. But just that was a awful way to go, which made me
was
care a whole lot.
So
Very,
we're talking
very-
about Noah, by the way. The character's name's Noah.
I couldn't remember his name, but
everybody
Yeah.
ate Chris.
but everybody ate Chris.
So I did start to like Noah, so that was sad for me. But he is the fucking reason Tyrese gets killed.
He's the reason
So-
Tyrese gets killed. He's the reason Beth gets killed.
Yep, he is. That's true.
Dude, I gotta say, I
Beth
walked
kinda
away
did for
from the
herself.
TV mad about the Beth death.
Beth
That
actually
made me
cried. Oh,
that was
fucking
pissed.
pissed.
It was
I
half
cried.
the season.
I didn't like Beth, but I still cried.
No, like it was like I don't know.
Come
It was
on.
so fucking
Beth was
frustrating.
like the skinny blonde.
Yeah.
Right? Like the young
Yeah.
It was.
She was kind of naive, but like
Yeah.
she was working
Stupid.
through growing up.
Yeah.
She
Stupid death.
To me, it was just
Fucking
like
pointless.
it was like they dedicated half of a season to her character and this whole storyline, and then she just fucking
Oh yeah, because
Killed-
she was
got
like
herself
she
killed.
was like separated like with Daryl.
She was
Right.
separated with Daryl and then got kidnapped.
Yeah.
They developed her character really like interestingly. They were going in a cool direction where like you could tell she was maturing, like from like adolescence into adulthood very like beautifully, and it just tragically ends.
I'm waiting for Will
Out
to
of
turn
fucking
around and
nowhere.
say, "Yeah, we haven't been recording."
I
No.
just thought though, my favorite kill is tied between Gareth and Joe the Claimer. Because I know I've said it on the podcast before, but that's when Rick's mentality really starts to change.
That's when the 3 guys were in the house, right?
Well, I mean,
No.
those were the 3 guys.
Those were the
from
3
house.
guys in the house, but it's the one where he fucking ate
The
took a
ear.
chunk out of his fucking
the neck,
throat.
yeah.
The throat.
Oh,
His
yeah,
ar-
yeah.
his
Fucking
artery.
killer one.
Those
It
were-
was, you know what's like? I remember watching the teaser into that episode, and my dad was like, "Oh, you must be really shaken up because you lost something." I'm like, "No, he probably just fucking like butchered someone and just like the adrenaline just went off," and that's exactly what it fucking was.
You read the comics. You knew what
No,
was gonna happen.
that's not in the comics.
Fucking
The
Not
claim-
in the comics.
The
I
claimers are
think,
not in the
yeah.
comics. Daryl's not in the comics.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of shit that's not in the comics that they still take.
My favorite Daryl kill is when he kills the guy in the tank.
Oh,
Shoots him
throwing
right
a
in the heart.
grenade in there.
Well, he
Yeah.
shoots him
And
right
then
in the heart with the crossbow.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
throws a grenade in the barrel of the tank, and then he fucking, as he's coming out, just shoots him with the crossbow. Really fucking. Daryl, like, in the early seasons, like, was first off, season 1, he was an asshole, and, like, obviously, like, it's very blatant that he was a racist, too. But then, my favorite, like, it's gotta be my favorite episode, season 2, was when he's just, like, looking for, Sophia on his own.
Sophia.
And he-
Merle shows up.
It's when he starts to like he fucks himself up
Oh,
real
dude, he
bad.
was
What's
having
he say?
a
He's like,
time.
You got us out there looking for a dead girl or something like
Yeah,
that
he-
to
he-
Carol.
Yeah, and then
That's fucked.
and then right after that, he like is the sole person looking for her,
Yeah.
which is I'm like I like he like
You know why? I think he was like so sad for Carol that it made him guilt into like I have to go find her.
it was the whole episode of him just in the creek by himself pretty much.
Dude, what an
When-
intense one.
He fucking like went searching down the creek. He goes to climb up and then he like falls down, lands on the crossbow, shoots himself with an arrow accidentally.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
that he-
I
tries
was
to climb up-
stressed. I thought he might die.
He tries to climb up again, gets himself knocked out, and then he wakes up like Merle is like his first hallucination of Merle, and they like kind of comes to, and there's a fucking walker like 9 on his shoe.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that was just so well done. And he's just like, what the fuck?
So did you say your favorite Walker kill yet?
I was just about to. I can't think of many off the top of my head right now, but one that always stuck out to me was in season 2, episode 18 Miles Out. Rick gets stuck between 2 cars. He shoots one walker, falls on top of him, shoots the second one, and then the third one's still attacking him. So he puts his python in the other one's mouth and
shoots.
He just shoots
Yeah.
twice. Yeah, it's such a good
Mine's the one in the well.
the where
Oh,
it gets
yeah.
split in
The
half.
well walker. Yeah, that gets ripped in half, and like Glenn going down there was practically for nothing at that point.
and he could have died for nothing.
Yeah.
They did like after that episode, they did like a 10-minute like documentary thing about just showing off how they like did that.
How they
Like the special effects and everything, because it was like they
When
had
they
fucking
were
good.
actually special effects.
yeah, they had like
Yeah.
the actual like actor down there as the walker, and then they showed like the process of like showing it tear in half and everything.
It's so well
It
done.
was really well done. That was one of the effects too that like made my stomach churn seeing it too. I was like, oh.
Would you say,
like in a good way too.
Would you say that
You're
your
like-
favorite walker, I guess kill, it'd be like a walker gotta kill, was Noah?
I always liked Noah.
I like Noah as well, but like what's your favorite like way that somebody died to a walker? Because I was gonna say my personal favorite is Dale's death when he gets fucking like not because I like Dale. I just think that the kill itself was like, oh, this is fucked. Like he just like he is like literally like just holding him off barely and getting fucking gored.
Okay, real quick, everyone. That's my time.
You go. Do good on that battlefield, soldier. I think you're gonna do great.
Enjoy your meeting, buddy.
I don't necessarily agree with the side you chose, but you know, I'm glad that you're out there fighting for what you think is right.
Yeah.
He, by the way, for those that don't know, he's going.
Whoa. Let's
Fighting
not
for the
get,
Russians.
let's
Can't
not
tell
get
them
into
where
it.
I'm going, man.
I'll bleep that out. I'll bleep that out. What time is it? How many minutes in?
Yeah, he's gonna-
35 minutes.
Maybe I'll be back like
Yeah.
halfway through the next one.
Anyway, he's
Okay.
fighting for the Russians.
Oh
Anyway.
my god!
My favorite walker getting a kill.
Oh, well, your room's disgusting.
You doing it in my room?
This was the last one.
What the hell? What's that? What?
Glad that we're gonna have to edit all of this out.
I think my favorite walker killing is when they killed Jessie and her son in season 6 when they're trying to.
Oh, that.
Dude, that in the
When-
comics,
when-
it's crazy.
It's actually wild in the comics. The way they shot that is like frame for frame what I would imagine for the comic. Well, like the comics, like it was frame for frame how they shot it. It was very well done. I do remember that vividly, and then that's when Carl gets shot.
In the eye,
In the
yes. That was like, oh shit.
It wasn't the same in the comics, though. Carl got shot in the eye.
By the doctor. Right?
No, by Herschel's son, or like one of the sons at the farm.
No.
Oh,
he,
no.
He gets shot
By
in.
Negan or something like.
No, it's during a scene that it's the exact same scene of that. They did that 1-to-1. Carl, it's the doctor who is fucking shooting out into like the crowd of walkers trying to defend like her home or whatever, and then Carl just randomly gets shot again.
I gotta reread the comics because I'm pretty sure like something happens like at Negan's or something with Carl. Or no.
No, but Carl does go to Negan's and fucking
Yeah.
blast the place.
Also,
both times.
Let me just say, Carl technically does not get shot in the eye. He gets shot like on the bone eye socket
And the
and
bone splinters in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was wild. They do really good writing for the comic books and the show, I would say.
Also, one of my second favorite someone killing a walker also happens in season 5. It's when they're on the road before they meet Aaron, and this is when Sasha is like at one of her lowest points. After Bob dies, they were planning on like throwing walkers into like a river across a bridge.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
And Sasha fucks up the plan because she's just so like dead set on like killing everything in sight.
That are dying.
And Rick quickly changes the plan, and Rick almost gets bit in the arm, but Daryl saves him and actually pulls off the like prosthetic scalp that was on the actor who played the walker.
Dude, what a waste of an iPod.
What?
When she's in the box.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a waste of an iPod. Like, precious resource back in the day. And
Right?
And then
Dude.
it's like, go ahead.
well, Negan liked her. Also,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure when Negan kills the guy who's trying to rape Sasha and he stabs him in the throat, I'm pretty sure that's
That's
in
in
the
the
comics.
comics as well.
Yeah, it is in the comics.
Same knife. Pretty
Very, very like they definitely. I think it's what Scott Gimple when he was like okay, they moved away from the comics. Let's kind of bring it back into it, but then like let's also ruin a lot of shit too.
Everything. And also, let's have him come back to do the new Rick and Michonne show. That was a great idea.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
That hasn't come out yet, right?
25th.
That's
No.
why I'm excited. Like that's why I'm like happy about Invincible because it's like solely run by Robert Kirkman.
Thank God.
I'm like that because I
I
would.
really enjoy Invincible. I haven't seen any of the second season yet.
I know you haven't.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the
Finish
second
the
half.
first.
It's really good.
It's
Nice.
wicked good.
It's crazy because it's only 8 episodes.
I know. I don't remember, like episode 2 or 3 or something. I don't.
Okay,
remember.
so you saw a lot. Okay.
I saw the end.
Whoa.
I saw the end of
want
episode
the-
1.
I want the
It's
viewers
good.
to watch it first.
Episode 1, it'll hook you. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Give Invincible a little watch.
Can I give a little sneak peek of what I'm planning on? A little scene recreation for Jay Grimes.
Let us know.
You know what? It's still dead, Mike. I'd love to hear this.
So, I've mentioned season 5 a lot. It's my favorite season. The scene I want to recreate, because I have a similar car to the one used, is when Rick is chasing Bob down, one of the police officers from the Grady Shea Memorial Hospital.
Oh,
Oh,
stop.
yes.
No, stop. He's like over the loudspeaker. It's just
Yeah.
like, stop running.
And he doesn't. And then he hits him, and he's like, can't go back, Bob. Like the second time
Yeah.
to say it that season. And just
I
shoots
wouldn't
him.
say it like that, though. He kind of voice cracks a little.
Oh, well,
I
sorry.
didn't hear.
Okay, Brian.
This dude's out here for throats today. I don't know what's up.
But I've been growing the beard and the
This
hair
guy
out
is
so I can
probably
recreate that
giving
scene.
throat to every
How are
male
you
in this
gonna do
fucking
it?
room.
I don't know where I'm going to film it yet, because I feel like I would have done it.
Oh, we should do it for like a little skit. I'll run. You hit me with the car.
Stop.
Oh, dude. No.
Stop.
Stop running.
Can't go back to the hospital, Will.
No more transporting for you, asshole.
I just got to figure out. I was going to say what I was going to do, but then I realized I couldn't. But
No, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Do you think you can get a car on that?
Well, there's a certain part, not on the actual.
It is. Part of it's drivable.
I know, but I wanted. There's these buildings that would like make the perfect alleyway that.
I
Well,
know
You can't get back
exactly.
there with a car.
No, I don't think. Well,
I don't
I know exactly
Yeah.
where you're talking about, but I feel
also
like
security hangs out there a lot now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say what you could do is film outside of that and then frame it in a way where you can
Ooh.
like make it look like you're over
Yeah.
there.
Okay, I see. What
There's
you're
a way.
saying.
There's a way to sneak
I
around
wonder
that.
if you could call them up and be like.
I was wondering that.
"Hey."
I was like, well, they probably wouldn't have a problem if I just asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's just more of like a.
Like, hey, like
Why
I'm
not?
doing a student project.
Good, yeah. But yes, but I want the
could do
scene
that.
for me. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
starting
what we're
is
talking about.
when Rick is running to the police car. He has his H&K, and he throws the red machete in the car and just drives and kills him.
That
Great
sounds
scene.
like a good
Great scene.
little recreate.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. I think a lot of viewers on your channel would.
Oh,
Oh.
definitely.
Do you know what time it is, Will?
Ooh.
What?
It sounds like a time for you to talk about your favorite movie.
Who's watching?
Who's watching? Who's
watching what?
watching right now?
I'm sorry, I did not.
Jennifer.
You gotta edit that out.
Do you actually want to know?
Yeah.
I would love to know, actually.
Let us know.
It's not actually a movie that I'm gonna be bringing up. It's
Okay.
a TV show on Netflix called like World's Toughest Prisons. Let me get this up exactly so I don't mess up the name. But it's this guy that goes into these prisons inside the world's toughest prisons.
Nice.
There's
Okay.
2 hosts, one from an earlier season and one from a later season. But I'll talk about the later season guy because he's more likable in my opinion. He went to prison in, I want to say England for, I think he said 13. It was an odd year amount. But he was in there for a crime he didn't commit.
Ooh.
So now he's doing like Netflix documentary styled show of where he goes into world's toughest prisons and sees what it's like in said prison. And like most of the prisoners are like helpful, like they explain like this is how this runs, this is how we do things, you do this, you mess up, this is what happens. There hasn't been a ton of issues like on his end where he really feels for his life is in danger. But I really like watching this right now because you get to see like different aspects. Like one I saw was in Poland, one was in like Madrid or something. I can't remember, but it's a bunch of different prisons.
Where's got the best?
Where's got the best?
Yeah, where's the best one?
Breast prison.
Oh, there was one.
Where
in,
would
like,
you want to get locked up?
There was one in like the Swiss Alps area that we were making a joke about the Swiss Alps earlier.
We were.
Entirely reminds me of fucking 7 Days in Hell.
I was exactly thinking about the fucking 7 Days in Hell. What a fucking...
Was it Dutch prison or something?
I think it was either a Swiss prison or a Swedish prison.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly, but
Oh, Germany had a really good one.
That makes sense.
They
Because
have
it
to
was
make
more
up
of
for it.
like a therapy prison. Like they
It's
were,
made
like,
for rehabilitation, not for punishment.
Yeah, and then there was one in Norway.
I wish we did that, honestly, a bit more and focused on rehabilitation of crime committers and not just punishment of crime committers.
I want to
No.
say the one in Norway or something like that. I can't remember where. Maybe it was Germany, because it was a while ago that I watched that episode. But they focused on skills that you can acquire, so when you do leave, you have a skill set that
That's
you can
great.
be like, hey, like, I know this trade and stuff.
That's
like that.
actually wicked nice.
Yeah.
Good.
So it was a tough prison for the sense that it was seclusion, but he showed like, no, this is actually like a really well-made prison.
Interesting.
Yeah, so go check it out. World's Toughest Prisons on Netflix. Raphael was the guy's name that I like. I don't remember the other guy's name because it was an earlier season that Netflix does the thing where you watch it backwards practically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You know,
don't know
talking about
why.
the seasons are
I
backwards.
hate that.
I can't.
Hate it
Yeah,
too,
great.
but now I'm on like the guy that did the first 2 seasons, and he's kind of a drip. I don't really care. I don't care for that guy. I like Raphael, but go check it out. That's Who's Watching. Who's watching?
And that's called World's Toughest Prison?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Cool.
Definitely
Sounds good.
add it to your list.
Any other
No,
anybody have seen any other
No.
weird Netflix shows?
no.
Because my
That's
dad's
the end of Who's Watching.
oh shit. Well, I was gonna say my dad's been watching a weird one.
Is your dad
It's-
on this podcast?
I mean, yeah.
Joking.
He's
No, but I don't think it's weird.
I think it's a little.
Kind of weird that you're calling it weird.
Well, I-
know
'cause
what you're talking
I haven't
about.
seen it yet. That's why I'm like oh,
I'm
this
not
is
sure
like
what he's
it's a
talking
weird concept. It's called
It's
Love on the Spectrum.
Not a weird concept.
I
People
wanna
that are
watch
autistic also date people.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that's like I just think it's like
Shouldn't
oh,
you be on that show, Brian?
I don't know, maybe. I don't
I
know.
want to watch it. I've seen a lot of TikTok, and one of the girls from TikTok
Multiple.
was on
There's
the show.
multiple people that are like very popular on TikTok that I've seen that are on that show as well.
Abby. Is
Yeah,
who I was talking
dude.
about.
Abby is one of the. She's so fucking. I love her.
I
She's
don't
so
remember
like
her boyfriend's name,
sweet.
but like,
David.
oh yeah, it's David.
Also,
I
Jen,
remember seeing them on TikTok a long
I mean,
time
seriously, like
ago.
the show is so
2019
like.
TikTok.
The show makes my heart like swell when you like watch the two of them connect on it. It is. I love it.
I shouldn't say like weird as
They
in
get
like
along so
oh
perfectly.
that's like whoa weird. I'm saying like weird like like you wouldn't think of that as like a very like
Dad watching it.
Oh, dude.
you wouldn't exactly you wouldn't think
That's
of your
what
dad
threw
watching it.
me
I'm
the
like,
fuck
"What?
off. Was
Really?"
I was like, wait, my dad's learning about like the autism spectrum. That's sick.
That's why I was just like oh that's like
Our
Which-
generation
That's
as
weird.
parents is gonna be nuts.
I've
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
say,
Like,
it is
literally.
fantastic that there are, like, and it's not to say that Love on the Spectrum is a fantastic job at representing autism. I think that the editing that they use is not the greatest. They have some poor music choices that kind of infantilize some of the people that
Is
are on
it-
it that I don't
Is
appreciate.
it American editing?
It's both the American and Australian version have the same problem.
Okay, because you know how like when you see MasterChef from America
I love
versus
it.
Yeah.
MasterChef from like England.
Yeah, it's
the,
not.
like, the
It's
suspense noise you get from America is not in the England version.
I can understand the like kind of like
What's the thing?
like it's nice when I saw a video talking exactly about a comparison. For example, the Great British Bake Off, how they
That
use
one, yeah.
kind of quirky music to like play someone's like lack of knowledge for laughs, whereas the music they use in Love on the Spectrum almost like makes it seem like lighthearted and bumbly when someone's talking. Like, for example, Abby, she talks about how she really likes Ariel from The Little Mermaid, which and she's talking about how strongly she relates to Ariel and how it took her a while to find her voice when it comes to autism. And they
Yeah.
play this, like, goofy ass music behind
And
it.
it kind of
And then
ruins it.
then they have her mom talking and playing normal music behind it.
That's fucked.
Like, I understand the point that they're trying to do, but it plays pretty poorly.
You know why? Because there's people that are like us. I'm not saying I'm a normal person, but like people that think kind of like appropriately, and then there's dumb America. That
Honestly,
is like,
it reads as neurotypical editing.
yeah, it's like, gosh darn it, guys, can we just enjoy the moment for what it is?
Mm-hmm. I will say though, I think it's wonderful that, because I'm very passionate about this. There is so much misinformation about specifically the autism spectrum, as well as like just misconceptions and like
Stigmatism.
absolutely, yeah. The first person who was ever diagnosed is still alive today. I think yes, that's fucking, people barely
You know
know
why?
that.
Before that, they went into mental hospitals.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Not
were
only that,
treated poorly.
Oh, trust me, I know.
women are
Yeah, Justin
highly
was
underdiagnosed.
Because women mask from
Incredibly
an earlier
higher,
age.
like, women commonly get misdiagnosed with borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, different mood disorders and shit, and then they get put on medications that end up making their symptoms a billion times worse.
Yeah. Or zombifying.
Yeah, it is, I don't know. It's nice that we're getting more, like, accurate representation of what, like, autism actually is and, like, how people that are on the autism spectrum are affected by it in different ways. And it's not just, oh, how autistic are you? Are you autistic? Are you not? It's how many of these traits of people that are on the spectrum affect you, and how does that quantify in your life, you know?
I think that some people use it as a quirkiness. Like,
Oh my god, yeah.
it's not quirky. It's not cool to have. It's just like someone has this and you're using it as like a, look, I'm different.
Yeah,
You're
it is
not.
an immense daily struggle for people that are
Yeah.
on the autism spectrum when it comes to sensory alone.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
going to a grocery store can be fucking, like,
Overwhelming.
tormenting for somebody that is, like, sensitive to the fluorescent lighting, the amount of people that are there, the social interaction that they have to do.
Is that technically autism though? Like, some people that have
Depends.
like the hearing one, or like you said, like the
It's just
lighting.
sensory stuff. It's
Is it?
what affects the individual. See,
But like,
like,
I'm trying to think, because you can be like,
you can have sensory issues and have sensory overload without being autistic, but people who are on the autism spectrum suffer from sensory issues more than people who don't
so you
suffer
you
from,
got it out
like,
better than I would have, because I was trying to be correct about saying it. Like, I didn't want to say like something wrong in a sense of being like, oh, like you can be autistic and not. Or
yeah,
you
I mean,
can
it's
be,
different for
you
everyone.
can be
That's
fine
the
and have like certain qualities. Like, I didn't
that's the
want to come
thing
across
too,
as
is like low
bigoted.
functioning versus high functioning. That's
Can
not
you
a thing.
Stop playing foot to me.
I'm
Brian?
so
For
sorry, I
fuck's
didn't
sake.
mean
He always is shaking my chair. I'm losing my mind about it. Don't stare at me from across the table. You shake everyone's chair.
Get the fuck out of here, Brian.
Jesus Christ.
No, but that's a huge misconception about autism is like, oh, are you high functioning? Are you low functioning? That's not a thing. It is, like, it's kind of just, do you need assistance with, like, certain things in your life? Because someone can be, like, nonverbal and have, like, no need for, like, extra help. Whereas someone might be entirely verbal, speaking and everything, but need a lot more help. It really is just about how much different, like, traits of the autism spectrum affect the individual. It's not about high functioning, low functioning, how autistic are you.
Yeah.
It's not a scale, it really is a spectrum.
Yeah, and it's like pulling it back, not just like saying autism, but like people that like think like anything like that is a quirkiness, like saying like, oh, I'm bipolar, or oh, I have ADHD, or haha, ADD, which I still need to get more knowledgeable on the difference between ADHD and ADD, but
One's
It's
hyperactive.
very weird. It's so subtle.
you can say that to me, but like I'm trying to think of like what makes that different. Like I need it to be actually explained to me, because I don't know what the difference of ADHD and ADD is.
I can explain it like in a very simple way.
Neurodiversity in general is kind of a lot to get into.
Like if you, I'll like this is gonna be a very oversimplification of it. Imagine if you were given caffeine, what would be your immediate like how would you feel? More or less energy?
Well, caffeine gives you more energy.
Yeah.
No.
So when you...
Well, no, for me it doesn't.
So...
For me, it just keeps me stable.
So some people, when they get like a lot of sugar, they somehow kind of like mellow out in some ways. And that like is more of like a hyperactive thing because they already have more energy and it just kind of like lowers them down. So when you have ADHD and you're just kind of like really hyper and a little like all over the place, when you're given like Adderall or something like that, it just kind of calms you down and keeps you focused on one thing. Meanwhile, for ADD, it's more of like this person is just kind of like low energy more so a lot of the time. They kind of like are like wandering eyes and whatnot. It'll kind of like bring them up so that way they can focus. So
you're saying ADHD is a hyper and ADD is lower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
very simplified.
Very oversimplified way of saying it. Yeah.
Okay, now I kind of get it.
But for the most part, ADD and ADHD, like, very common, like...
It's like...
Very interchangeable. People don't know how to properly... Some people don't properly diagnose it right away.
A lot of people don't properly diagnose.
And that is why you cannot trust the American doctor system. No,
Not to mention... I'm sorry. Hot take. If it takes... I was trying to get some, like, testing done for myself. Dude, they were saying it would be 4 months to get a consultation.
Yeah.
4 months for a consultation. That...
Dude, don't even get me started.
Like, and then after that, I'd have to wait however many months for an actual appointment for the assessment.
Okay, so...
It was fucking insane.
I went in to get my ear checked. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I didn't find wax, and they're like, we don't know what it is, but you should go see an ENT. I was like, okay, so, like, where is that on this floor? Oh, no, you have to book it. So I booked it 3 months out. I have to wait till March to see if I'm going deaf in my ear. It's like, hey, that's something I should be really worried about, but, I'll wait 3 months for the doctor to get off his ass.
That's the exact same thing for me and my my bumps on my head. I was just like, might as well go see a dermatologist.
What if this was, like, a thing that within the 3 months, if it wasn't treated...
You'd go completely.
I go deaf.
Yeah, right? I know, exactly.
Like,
that was my whole worry about this. I was like, I don't know what this is. I was told they're cysts, but I'm not, like, that's from somebody who's, like, not taking a close look at it and, like, just kind of at a quick glance. I'm like, I might as well just have a professional take a look at it. Just so I'm making sure it's not, like, something fucking awful or anything like that. I just want to make sure, because these are just random bumps growing on the top of my fucking head.
Yeah, we'll let you know in 6 months. It's like,
it took 4 months to fucking schedule a consultation and another 2 months to get them removed. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? They only did 2 of the 4 of them I have. I'm like, what the hell?
6 months for a procedure that, like, you had already known was supposed to have happened.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I knew as soon as I was like, you know what? They're definitely cysts, but I might as well just be, like, on the safe side. Because it's a pain in the ass to try and get a PCP. I haven't even tried looking recently because it's just...
You do PCP?
Primary care
this
physician.
This guy's a duster.
Oh, okay.
A gallon of PCP.
A little P to the C to the P.
I will say, I got an evaluation last year to see if I have ADHD because I firmly believe that I had it.
Mm-hmm.
Took the test, and they're like, no, you don't have it. And I was like, well, then what's wrong with me? Because something's not right.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. That's it.
Genuinely, there is no harm in getting a second opinion. I went to someone for a neuropsychological evaluation when I was like 16 years old, sophomore in high school. She had me fill out forms. My parents filled out forms. My teachers filled out forms. And she was like, yeah, you're like depression and such. Are you sure you don't have Lyme's disease? She was pinning it all on inflammation. It was pinning all of my anxiety on inflammation and my depression on Lyme's disease. I had never been bitten by a tick in my fucking life. I told her multiple times, I'm like, I've never been bitten by a tick in my life.
That's so funny.
And she was like, well, I'd like to get you tested for Lyme's. I'm like, I've never been bitten by it.
I'm
You
sure
have
there's-
to get second opinions. I mean it. It
yeah.
is so
I'm
beneficial, but it takes
sure-
fucking forever.
Exactly.
I'm also
It's
sure
ridiculous.
there's other ways to get Lyme's disease, but like ticks are the most common.
Yeah, but like, no matter what, my symptoms were not consistent with Lyme's disease.
Yeah,
It was
right.
insane to pin it on that.
Well,
Fucking annoying doctors.
yeah,
Well, to end on that note,
Yeah.
There's
we
a-
do advocate for mental health awareness.
we do
We just advocate for, like,
health awareness.
proper, like,
Just awareness.
assessment of mental health.
Just awareness, please.
Be, like,
one thing.
Smart.
You brought up Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef earlier. First of all, I'm a slut for Hell's Kitchen and Master Chef.
Love Gordon Ramsay shows.
Hell's Kitchen, fire.
But have you seen the Jordan and Peele sketch?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Your food is so good. I want to kill you. Ah.
But it sounds
I have not
perfectly
seen
like
this.
the noise, the suspense noises and everything you were
The
saying.
water phone. It's just like,
Yeah.
We're gonna watch this after.
yeah, absolutely.
So
Well,
On that note,
we love you guys.
Shut up.
That was
TNT.
episode 13. 13 scary number.
Sean, want to close us out?